What is up, guys? See, I don't do a waifu list, and suddenly everybody doesn't show up immediately. They only came for the waifus last time. I see how it is. I see how it is. I figure at least the summer anime tier list would probably be just as controversial. What's up, Seismic? How you doing? Yeah, I need to get more ideas for tier lists. I have pretty much a My Anime List tier list, which is based off of the top anime of My Anime List, as well as, hey Havoc, a Husbando list, which took forever to find a good Husbando list because for some reason everybody's taste in Husbandos are terrible. Even to put you to sleep. Usually whenever somebody says that, I always don't know if they're meaning like my voice is soothing or I'm boring. I usually just assume that it's because my voice is soothing and it makes me feel better, so you don't have to answer that then. But see, I'm bad with romancing. I don't know that I'd be able to. Isekai would be fun. That's a good one. I need to write that one down. Isekai would be a fun one because I think me and Chris are the only people in the entire world that are knowledgeable of isekais. But yeah, romance I'm not good with because I don't really find anime romance all that good. So I'd be the worst person to ask that. Maybe after I watch Kimi no Todake, I might be an official romance anime aficionado. What do you call it? Aficionado? Smart person. Anime studios would be fun. That would be a fun one. I'm curious how controversial that would be. Yeah, I'll just get Logan to do the list for me, and while I just stand by and put people to sleep. Apparently, anime studios would be fun. That would probably be pretty controversial too, because I know that like Trigger fans and what else? Mainly Trigger fans. There's some Bone fans out there too that are pretty. You don't talk negative to my studio. Yeah, it would. I think there would be a good. I mean, that's like technically all these tier lists. The fun thing about it, unless I'm doing 800 waifus, the fun thing about it is really an excuse to really talk about each of these shows or each of these characters, or whether else might be around that particular list. It's not just about putting it here and somebody saying you're an idiot for putting it there. It's talking about it. So that would be fun. Yeah, studios definitely put on the list. And isekai would be fun as well. I think pretty much all genres. The sucky thing is having to build them myself. Like, I had to build the summer list myself because I could not find a summer tier list that had everything that I'd watched. And I'm like, that's not a full list. Why did you put that on the tier list thing? The most controversial or the most fleshed out and full list of all summer anime, and it has like 5 shows missing. Oh no, Seismic, no. don't Seismic. No, it's so funny because I think here recently somebody's like, I think it was one of our comments. I know you guys aren't Trigger fans, but I'm like, no, now that I think of it, I think it was in one of our discussionals. I'm like, now that I think of it, I look at this list. Technically, over the last few years, Trigger has become one of the studios that everything that they're releasing I like. And I used to not care for Trigger much, so he doesn't mean it. It was sarcasm. He didn't mean it. It was sarcasm. Don't beat up Seismic in the chat. But yeah, so right now I have queued up, along with Ioto up here, because we can't do this without Ioto up here, is the summer anime. So I put in this list pretty much everything, plus a little extra of all the shows that I watched this season, as well as shows I may have dropped. So that'll be a lot of fun. I also put, I think I put Beastars in there because I technically designate that as a summer show because that's when it, you know, released to us. Yeah, KyoAni for me has to be at the top. I'm cheating. We're not supposed to talk about that yet. Studio tier list is later. You know, technically the Trigger went on Disney too. Technically they're on Disney also. Then they get like 2 of the Star Wars Vision shows. So, I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what that agreement was. Yeah, if you pull me for like the recent Trigger, I would definitely put them up there. Because like I said, they, over the last few years, I've been liking everything coming out of their studio. I've been hearing like nothing but mixed on Visions. Hearing that's good and some people saying not. So it's definitely one that I don't know, hopefully whenever they decide they want to do a free trial or something, maybe I'll check it out. Hey, Wano. And hi, Peter. I know I didn't say hi to you. Yeah, I know they had 2 of them, so that's fantastic. So yeah, I guess let's just get started. The first one we have is Words Bubble Up Like Soda Pop, which is, again, another one that was released on Netflix. This one I'm trouble with because it technically, it has something that's like clean. It was technically a movie that it was okay for most of it, but the very end had a really solid ending to it. So definitely I'm gonna put it in the good area because, like I said, it took a while to really pick up. Hey, Bass Pro, how's it going? Right, have it good. I got you. Perfect. This one's gonna be easy. Miss Kobayashi Dragon Maid S. This was literally every week. This was my sugar show. This was a show that just made me feel good, made me appreciate life, and which it sucks that it's gone. Whenever you lose a sugar show, it's like you go in like a denial for a period of time. It took me a while, but I finally got over this not being on anymore. So yeah, going in the amazing area. I doubt that that's controversial. Anybody mad about that? Life lessons. I'm doing all right. Had a car problem today, but I'm over it. I'm over it. There's nothing that upsets the day than car problems. Haramichi, I dropped this. And I don't plan on going back. Like I said in my impressions early on, is it's comedy subjective. It didn't work for me. I think it's definitely a relatability show. Like, you have to relate to it, and I just wasn't relating to it. That's all. Now, I will say, it gave me one of the biggest laugh out loud moments, and that was, I think it was the second episode, where the guy does like the most realistic doofy laugh ever. The guy just like he cracks himself up and he sits there and laughs. That was amazing. I laughed so hard when that dude started laughing. So it gave me one really solid laugh, but I'm going to put it in my dropped area because I didn't finish it. Remake Our Life. I was pretty hot on this show early on. I really was. And I don't know what it is about the later parts of it that kind of, it didn't go bad for me. It just kind of dropped off. So I don't know. I'm really struggling with it. I haven't even recorded my review for it yet because I don't really know where I really stand with it. Especially since the ending wasn't really all that good. I definitely give another episode, Peter. I give Urimichi another episode. Like I said, the second episode had some good laughs in it, but I don't blame you for if you drop it. Oh, I figured out what's banging on the ground. It's my dongle. I'm like, what? It keeps making a noise. Yeah, Genghis, that's really what it is. It didn't It didn't stick the landing at all. I was okay with the ending, but it wasn't as good as I thought it was, and it didn't give me enough conclusion with one character. Like I mentioned in my impressions of the finale, it's technically the final boss wasn't beat. There was a final boss, and it wasn't beat. You don't have to get a few, just one more. just give it one more. You definitely get a sense for. I think comedies, 2 or 3 episodes is kind of required because you just never really get a sense of where the comedy's going to until you get a couple episodes in. And that's coming from somebody that dropped the show, so I don't know. I'm probably gonna put great. Like I said, I still enjoyed it. It's that whole journey thing, and I did enjoy the journey of it. Akishino, Nanako, they're cute. Kawasagawa, I still love her to death. It had good characters. Just a very. I think me, along with many other people, struggle with the main character a little bit. So, Beastars. This was like literally 2 months ago. I meant to go check out my review video on it to see what I was at with it. I always love Beastars, though. I think it's just the way that it portrays the instincts, the animal instincts effect, and how it conflicts with our view on human nature because it's technically them in a human setting, has always been fantastic. So I didn't miss anything, Genghis. I didn't miss anything with that one. So yeah, I think Beastars is going amazing. I still... Now, I think I was struggling with if I enjoyed the second season as much as the first season. But, like I said, now that I'm remembering, like, how heavy the content was in regards to instincts versus our perception of human nature, was always great. And what they did with a lot of the not side characters, the other protagonist, I'll just say that without spoiling things. What they did with the other protagonist was fantastic, so, yeah. Pharmacist, I did not finish this one. It's adorable. The characters are cute, but I just didn't really feel like it was doing anything, so I didn't watch it past the 3rd episode. But not a bad show, just... And it was funny because I was expecting that to be my sugar show this season. Thank goodness Konosuba was there. Or not Konosuba. If Konosuba was there, that would be my sugar show too, but no, Kobayashi. I'm glad that Kobayashi was there to pick up the slack, but yeah. You haven't finished season 2 of Beastars yet, Genghis? It's great, dude. If you love the first season, it's great. You're gonna enjoy it. There was one part that was a lulling point, whereas the training arc, but other than that, it was great. To Your Eternity. This show is amazing if I take out the island arc. If I could take out this huge segment of like what 8 episodes, it's great. But that island arc takes it down. Still love Noella, yeah. It's good stuff. But no, besides the villain, not the knockers, and besides that island arc, it was amazing. But because of those 2 things, kind of brings it down a little bit for me. But still an amazing series overall, besides that section. And I'm really super excited for the next season, definitely. So it can't be in the perfect realm of Kobayashi and Beastars. I haven't finished Love Live yet. I don't know why I have this in the list. So far, it's good. It's much better than the previous season that I did not like. It's good. I've only watched, I think, 4 or 5 episodes so far, so take that with a grain of salt. But so far, it's good. And I'm happy that it's kind of returned to the more reality aspect of Love Live, because like the last Niji whatever, the last season of Love Live, I didn't like it because it was too fake. It felt like a musical. Like suddenly out of nowhere, everybody breaks out and everybody's dancing with them in sync. Whereas this one feels like it's going more back to, yes, it has some goofy moments, but it's getting back there. Yeah, good. I heard the band finally got together. Somebody spoiled that the band finally got together for Love Live. It took them long enough. Slime. That time I got reincarnated as a slime, second season, part 2 specifically. I enjoyed the first part. And the second part, I think I built up the meeting way too much. I really was having really high expectations for what they were going to do in the meeting. And so it kind of... I think it ruined it. I really did feel like... I felt like the meeting was a letdown. Like a huge letdown. Is that controversial? I haven't really seen anybody's statements on the meeting. Is it like a fatigue thing, Havoc? I can see that. I mean, I honestly had to rush through the OVAs, the Season 2 Part 1 and Season 2 Part 2 in a very quick span. And that was a lot of meetings. That was a lot. The entire second season is meetings. But like I said in my video, I love how the writer is willing to technically give that a lot of attention. Because what it's trying to do is build a nation around a lot of other nations. And it's giving it attention rather than glossing over the fact that you have to have relations with other nations to have peace. And I think that's where the writer is good at. Yeah, it was a lot of meetings. Again, because it was I agree with you, it was a lot of meetings. It's literally Season 2 was meetings, the animation. I think so, TK. Have you even started at all? At least give it like the first 3 episodes of the first season. And you'll kind of get a gist of for what it's doing, which is, again, nation building. It did seem like a lot of setup, Peter. I agree. Because, like, my mentality at the end of it was, okay, where is it going from here? Because, obviously, I don't really know who's the next big boss. Obviously, the church is still there. But, other than that... So, I don't know. I still love it to death, though. I still love the characters. I think for part 2, I'm gonna stick it in good, and I know I'm probably gonna get some heat for that, but that's just how I feel. It was a little bit of a letdown. I'm sure it's gonna get fantastic beyond here, but just too many meetings, and the meeting was a letdown. I was really hoping for something more fun around the meeting. Hero Academia. Oh my gosh. Here's controversy number 2. Oh, dear goodness. Is there any My Hero Academia watchers in the chat, by the way? Well, everything gets better in the source material, Wano. Not enough villains. Literally My Villain Academia. I have a feeling like this season of My Hero Academia, the first half was like... was okay. It's just it was so ruined by how they played it out. I mean, it's similar to Peach Boy, which we'll get into in a minute. It almost feels like the momentum of the storytelling got so screwed up. I didn't feel a build-up. I didn't know what was going on for the first part of it, because I didn't know what the Liberation Army was, but yet here I'm supposed to worry about them. And now that I've watched the villain arc, now I understand what the build-up was for, but it was just a bad adaptation, I think. Yeah, it gets real dark, Taigo. Welcome, by the way. Yeah. I don't think it's very controversial. I know there's some people that, like, Hero Academia cannot be wrong, but I don't know. I think just for Toga, it goes into good. Like, it would probably be in so-so, but just for Toga, it goes in good. Yeah, it's the rearranging. So keep that in mind. The reason why it's in good is I think the rearranging ruined it. I think if it kept the momentum, if I got introduced to the Liberation Army properly, I probably would have had a lot more understanding of what's going on. I was confused half the time. A lot of the Endeavor stuff was good too. I always enjoy a lot of the Endeavor stuff. How a realist rebuilt the kingdom. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. This show didn't work for me too much, and it sucks because I know a lot of people loved it. Animal House was ahead of his time, Toga Toga. Yeah, I love the development of the villains in My Villain Academia. It was really good. So yeah, how a realist rebuilt the kingdom. I wanted to enjoy this one, similar to the slime aspect, but it didn't work for me. Honestly, I had a lot of issues with it. I think especially the people that he puts around him didn't make much sense. But I'm excited for another season, just to see what they do with it. It started off really strong, but it just kind of fell off for me. Why I didn't realize that. I think, like I said, I think it started with the announcement for his advisors when he called out for the best of the best. And I was really pumping up that moment. I'm so pumped. I'm like, he can get a blacksmith that will craft stuff that they can sell. He can get they're having crop problems. They can get farmers involved. They can bring in somebody that's good with agriculture. They're having a shortage problem with food. They can bring in some, chefs. They can bring in some economists. He has he did a call out for the best of the best, and all we got was a singer. The fox girl with the whole demon thing makes perfect sense. That's good on that one. An elf warrior makes sense. Have somebody train the soldiers makes sense. A guy that's very, very red makes sense. Great advisor. He has knowledge. He has history. A glutton and a singer and nothing else. That bugged me. Like I said, they could have brought in an agriculture group. They can bring in a whole bunch of stuff, and he brings in a glutton, which you can see, the skinniest person in the world. I know jack squat about food. So being a glutton does not make you know food. I understand what they did with it, and there was too much of this whole broadcasting news and QVC channel stuff. It just bugged me. Other than that, it's an okay show. It didn't offend me at all. Hey, Cake. How's it going? That's me. That's, like I said, it's not as a bad show. Just, I wanted more from it, I guess. Yeah, the harem stuff was a little weird. The harem stuff was a little weird. That's all right, Cake. You can rewatch them. You can see my yesterday's stream where I basically tried to protect a sabotage balloon in Genshin 3 times before I realized it was a sabotage mission. Okay, thanks, Peter. I'm glad I didn't bug you by my thoughts there. Like I said, it's not terrible, and I'm excited. Like I said, I'm excited for season 2. We'll see where it goes from here. Goddess Dormitory, it's just so-so. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's you know what you're getting. It's an ecchi harem show. Well, I will say, similar to what I said in my review, it was a good show for what it was doing. It definitely looked really good, and it had good characters. So, compared to most harem ecchi shows, you typically, either hate or like characters, and it doesn't look all that great. It looked good, so. Yeah, Kick, the problem is he streams early, so he hasn't done an evening stream yet, so. And I don't blame you, Genghis. It's not like it's doing anything incredible. It's just ecchi. Tokyo Revengers, I still am thinking of finishing this one by next week, hopefully. But I'm halfway through it. I got kind of annoyed by the main character, but so it's in my dropped area, but I'm still planning on watching it. So keep that in mind. I'm not sure if it's gotten any better. I know that people said it had a really bad cliffhanger at the end. That does scare me to get back into it. But Another one I didn't finish, pretty much dropped it. I loved Villainous first season. I loved it to death. So cute. Way charming show. Second season, I watched like about 3 or 4 episodes. It really wasn't grabbing me. Maybe it's just where I'm at right now. I know that a lot of people had the same feeling as I did. It just kind of fell off with it. Takemichi was annoying. He is annoying. He's literally Shinji stuck in Erased World. It's taking Shinji from Evangelion and stick him into Erased World. Cliffhanger is epic, but you know what's going to happen next. Yeah, I can see that. And that sucks because I love Villainous so much. I was super high for it. I'll probably go back and finish. I'll at least finish. I would most likely finish Tokyo Revengers, and I might go back and finish Villainous. I know it's got a movie coming out, and I'll probably want to finish it before then. I thought that the first segment was cute, to be honest, Wano. But I do agree. I think that's what it is, Genghis. It's the aspect of the first was all about the dead ends, and now that she's technically beyond that, it doesn't make any sense. Katarina's cute. No, Wano, I can't go with you on that one. Now, there is another show that's similar to this one. I think we talked about in our discussion. I think it's getting adapted, or maybe it was just a license. I think there's a show that's getting adapted, or it's getting licensed, that is essentially the same concept, but there's the players of the game are talking to the males. I think that's going to be really interesting. Really died laughing. It was good. Yeah. If I had a bad section, I would probably put this in it. Honestly, I don't like saying things are bad, but man, Black Company dropped off big time for me. I think it was probably... So I watched the first 4 episodes. I enjoyed it. It had some really good moments. And then I went back, like, here recently to finish it up before the review started up. And I had to fight through the last 12 episodes of that show. I could not. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that it seems like it was trying to get serious. Like, it was trying so hard to push the concept of the Black Company, which, for those that don't know, it's a Japanese company that works people to death. They call it Black Company in Japan. It's like they were trying to really push and make a statement about Black companies, that it lost the humor in that. So, I'm not sure if anybody here has finished it and they agree or disagree. I'm getting no comments, so I'm guessing Black Company is a for most people. It had a good concept. It had a really good concept early on. But yeah, it is what it is. Fina's technically not over. It's gonna be the same situation as Love Live. My thoughts on it so far: if it had more Karen, it would be great. I think I'm gonna stick good. Where do you think it's going? I should have asked you where you think it's going first, Genghis. I think I'm going to say good. I don't think it's really great. It looks beautiful. Karen's amazing. It has an opportunity, but it's not amazing quite yet. Yeah, it's just good. Like I said, it looks amazing. But I don't know. I think it's one of those, like I mentioned early on, I think it's similar to Anywhere But Top. Genghis, don't go. Genghis, no. Genghis, it's okay. Don't. Genghis, are you still there? What's Fina about? It's essentially about a lady who is possibly the ancestry of Jeanne d'Arc and them trying to find this Eden, and they're using her to find it. It's a really interesting world. I'm really curious to see where it goes from here, though. I'm fine. I'm fine and amazing. I don't want to lose Genghis, and I'm fine with it and amazing. Actually, I'd probably, if you ask me again, I'd probably put it great, but I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose Genghis. I know Genghis hasn't said anything. I'm really upset now. Is it worth watching? Give the first episode a shot. You'll get everything you need to know from the first episode. Well, technically the first 2 episodes. You'll get a feel of it. I think it's definitely one that needs 2 episodes to get a feel of it. Like I said, the animation's gorgeous. It looks beautiful. And it's if I had to equate it, if anybody's watched Rage of Bahamut, it's basically Rage of Bahamut. The original Rage of Bahamut. Overall story isn't gripping, but it's got that feeling of CPR in process. Clear. It's got that feeling of like just adventure. Fun and adventure. Let's go out and have fun kind of thing. So. Eden Deities, No Only Peace. If anybody watched my review that I put up this morning, they'll know exactly where this is going. It's going the dropped. No, I'm joking. Eden's fantastic. I love it. I love it so much. And I know that's probably controversial. Now, granted, I figured I'd get a lot of dislikes on my video, but it seems like a lot of people at least heard my calling to put likes on the video, so maybe that's why I got so many likes on there rather than dislikes. I just love it. It's controversial for a reason. Amahara, the writer, has 0 filters and just puts everything on display in that show, and I love it. I think that's the selling point. It's the fact that similar to... It's the same writer that did... blanking... Interspecies Reviewers. This writer literally will put anything in their story. It essentially is mankind, with their thoughts and prayers, can create these things called Edens, which are basically like gods. And there's demons in the world. And the demons are supposed to be gone, but they're still somehow coming back. And why I say it's controversial is because the Edens don't see things the way humans do. So they don't respect life and stuff like humans do. At the same time, the demons disguised as humans are not respecting life and abusing life to, you know, basically survive. And you're just seeing them go at each other. And it's super clever. Miku in that show is a brilliant villain. And I think she's one of the best villains in anime history. Probably since... Probably Mother from Promised Neverland Season 1. Like, I love her as a villain. She does some really bad stuff that I'm not going to say I'm happy with, but she's a fantastic villain. If Luke and Leia were superheroes, I don't get that joke. The Eden Deities, No Only Peace, TK. It's on Crunchyroll. It's done by MAPPA, so it looks incredible. It has great visuals, popping colors. The character designer is Kokyo, who of course did the original Miss Kobayashi Dragon Maid. Really, Mother? Is her name Mother? Oh, okay. Isn't her name Mother? I forget what to call her. Mama or something like that. Yeah, it's a good show. Really, I love it. Now, warning. 2 warnings, actually. I already mentioned the first warning. The first warning is that there is R scenes in there, which, if you don't know what R is, I'm just being censorship because of YouTube. There's an R scene in it. And there is stuff regarding demon children in bad situations. So, like I said, it's controversial. It's extremely controversial. Was it Isabella? I was trying to think of what the children called her. It was like Mother or something like that. But yeah, she's fantastic. I love her character. And she pretty much saved the 2nd season for me because she was the only thing good about that season. So yeah, huge content warning on that show. But that's why I love it, because that writer was willing to do a lot of disgusting things to show how disgusting the world is, which is the point. Peach Boy. I think if this show was properly adapted in the proper order, I would probably put it in good. But because I was so flipping confused the entire time, it's going to so-so. I like the world, the characters, the Onis, and all that kind of stuff. I think it's cool, but it was a bad adaptation. This gives you an idea, Havoc. I don't have the exact order, but literally what it feels like is they completed the adaptation. Like it's almost like they adapted an entire story, and then they took the episode numbers and they threw it in a randomizer. There was absolutely no reason for it, but it was all over the place. One episode, you'd be following the characters and they would arrive at a kingdom. The kingdom would get blown up. The next episode, it's like 2 episodes later, and they're doing something else. And then suddenly the next episode, they come back to after the explosion happens, and the next episode, it goes to the end. So you see the last encounters, and then it comes back to... It made 0 sense. It was dumb. If you look up Peach Boy Riverside, Wikipedia, there's actually a breakdown of the episode count. So if you do watch it, watch in that order. Yeah, it was bad. And then there was a one point where the episode opened up and the main character was talking to 2 people. I know why she was talking to them, but it never showed how they got to that point. Yeah, I just assumed that they were just muffling it up just for the sake of causing controversy and having people watch it because of that. I don't know. I can't make sense of it. Tsukimichi. I'm stuck between amazing and good. Or great, I mean. Amazing and great. I honestly loved every episode of this. I don't think there was an episode that I didn't enjoy. It's like I think I'm good with amazing. I think it's one of the best isekais here recently. It is headache. It literally is a headache, Wanna. Yeah, I'm so happy Tsukimichi got a 2nd season. Oh, I didn't get into my second warning for Iden. Sorry, I said the first one, which is that it's super controversial. The second warning that I have to give you on Iden Deity's No Only Peace. It has a pretty bad cliffhanger at the end, like a characters are in a really bad spot situation kind of thing. And the other problem is that the original source material is a web manga by Amahara. And it's on hiatus since 2016. This anime technically is a anime adaptation of the manga that Kokyo is doing based off that web manga, and that's not up to the anime's point. So it's a cliffhanger, and we have 0 idea of how it's going to continue. We don't know if Amahara is going to come back and continue the story, and we don't know if Kokyo even has any idea of where it's going to go from here. So we have no idea where it's going to... Yeah, they don't have a leg to stand on. Good one. I like Genghis. They need a leg up. But like I said, it's a journey thing for me. I still love it to death. Like, Eden Deities is an example of a show that was so good that I don't mind the cliffhanger at the end. And honestly, after a lot of things that happened, who's to really say who's the good guy and bad guy in that show to really think that I'm really bothered by certain people being in trouble? So, I just want to put that warning out there. So yeah, Tsukimichi, definitely amazing. That's an easy one for me. Kageki Shoujo, amazing. Easy for me. That show is just too good. Every episode of Kageki Shoujo is fantastic. I hurt for the characters. I got emotional for the characters. The characters made sense. They felt like real characters. The faculty even felt like real characters. No, shock. Genghis. It's supposed to be canon, Wano. Because I think Amahara was involved with it, but it's just the problem is we don't know. I don't think the web manga is very far after the anime. So the original source material of the web manga is apparently, I think, supposed to be beyond the anime, just a very little bit, but it's on hiatus since 5 years ago. The manga that Cool is doing, which is the Kobayashi Dragon Maid manga writer, they've adapted it up to I think the point, probably about 6 episodes into the anime. And the anime adaptation obviously has gone up to that point, so. Anyways. Gross Otaku best boy. It sucks because I think Kageki Shoujo is like one of those examples of a slice of life shoujo-esque type show that will never get a sequel. We don't really get many sequels of shoujo slice of life except for like Fruits Basket. So I hope it gets a sequel. Like I said, I loved it to death. It's just how it handles such very tough subjects was really good. Nighthead 2041, the show that nobody in the chat has watched. It's a challenge. Anybody watch this? I don't know if Kageki Shoujo got a manga released in English. It's a good question. I did say that if we don't get a announcement for a second season of Kageki Shoujo by probably spring of next year, I'll probably get in the manga. Peter, are you saying it's good that you watch Nighthead? Are you with me on Nighthead then? Andrew, yeah, shows that Andrew loves never get second seasons. Pretty much, yes. I think that's what we're learning here. Well, technically, Tsukimichi's getting a second season. Oh, okay. Who's publishing it, Peter? I almost want to say great on Nighthead. The ending was good. The battles were fantastic. I know. I'm pretty much high good. I'm like almost great on this one. I'm not going to hear the end of it if I say that Nighthead's better than Slime, though. I know somebody's going to say something about me doing that. I really loved it, though. I really did enjoy Nighthead. The fight scenes were fantastic. The music on Nighthead was amazing. It had a really good story. Definitely teasing a little bit into time, but more psychological and just a lot of politics. Politics, not a lot of politics. A lot of observing politics, not talking about politics, but observing the effects of politics. Yes, it was a watchable. It was a watchable CGI. Yes, it looked really good. Like I said, the battle scenes were just phenomenal. So yeah, you missed all this stuff, Carbon. Welcome though. We're getting to Husbandos in a minute. I was not getting into Husbandos because I was waiting for you to come in so that you wouldn't miss any of it. Oh, deflect maybe do great. Thank you. Battle in 5 seconds. I'm debating if I was actually gonna jump in and watch this, but I think I'm going to not watch this and get caught up on Tokyo Revengers because I know Chris finished Battle in 5 seconds, so he can give it a 30-second review. I'm so mean. So he can probably review that. I'll probably watch Tokyo Revengers instead. But yeah, I didn't really get too far in that one. Girlfriend. Both the Duke of Death and His Maid and Jahi-sama are great. I hope they watch the VOD. I'm not disappointed. All right, Cake. Thanks for dropping by. You take care, man. Really appreciate you jumping in. Revenger's better than 2. Well, yeah, I I don't really doubt that, Genghis. I really honestly don't. Battle in 5 Seconds really has nothing going for it, so. Yeah, I just need a new category that says hot mess. So I just add category hot mess and just stick that in there. I'm gonna go good. Girlfriend would be great. I would put girlfriend in great if it weren't for the fact that the jokes, for me, drag out too long. Like, all the jokes are hilarious. The chemistry is perfect. I don't feel like putting it in great now. Oh. Because comedy is subjective, and I know a lot of people found the jokes not to get old, I'm going to put it in great. So, it's good. It's very good. So, I'm going to leave it there. Yeah, girlfriend knows what it is and doesn't care. I think Saki alone makes it great. Saki alone is the reason for it being great. So, any link to the tier list? I just made it today, so I don't even know if it's anywhere to be found on there. But yeah, like I said, for me personally, I got a little bugged by the fact that it drug the jokes out, but the jokes were great. The chemistry is fantastic. It's a harem show that's finally doing something new for the harem genre. Yeah, Saki's straight humor was fantastic. Saki saved this show for you, but you still dropped it, Wano. That's all right. Like I said, comedy's subjective. No problem, Bernardo. Thanks for dropping by, though. Hope you're doing well. Spirit Chronicles. Spirit Chronicles is like Black Company. If I had a bad, I'd probably put it in there. I enjoyed Spirit Chronicles. I thought it was a lot of fun going through it. It was a stupid power fantasy. Overpowered main character gets harem members, but at some point I realized it wasn't really going to do anything, and that it would be basically a straight up source material bait. It's just no apologies. It was really bad. Like this is like a case where, unlike Edidins that technically had a cliffhanger, Spirit Chronicles felt like it was purposely saying, "Look at all this stuff, bye." Look at all this stuff, bye. Just look at it all, bye. Yeah, you have to have a Kirito in every season. Yeah, Spirit Chronicles just... It was offensive. It was literally offensive how it handled the ending. That's the problem. So, no apologies there. It made me mad. Million Lives second season... I almost feel bad for this show because I think a lot of its problems is they decided to technically do an original story for the second part. And I don't really know why. And it kind of... my assumption is that it's because the second part was supposed to get into a addiction problem. And maybe that was just a no-no for Japan. I don't know what they did there. It doesn't make any sense. Yatsuya, the main character, continues to be frustrating to understand as a gray area, slightly going to the dark side character. Hey, Genghis, if it makes you feel any better, most all the summer 2021 anime season lists that I could find on tier list didn't have it in there. So apparently a lot of people didn't know that it existed. Yeah. I'll have my review up for it soon, but yeah, it frustrated me. It was frustrating how similar to Kirito. Well, literally the Seiyu for the main character of Spirit Chronicles is the same Seiyu as Kirito for Sword Online, so you know what they're going for. It probably won't have a second season though. My point on Spirit Chronicles is the way that it presented that last few seconds of the episode is indicative of this was meant to be a source material bait. It was a prologue story, and that's what's frustrating because I'm sure once we get past this prologue story that is the first season, it's probably good. It's just this is the prologue. This was the build up to what he was. And those problems with the character himself, trying to figure out if he was Haruto or Ryo, which I think was probably poorly adapted. Anyways, Million Lives, I'm gonna put so. The Honor Magic High, I dropped that one. I think a lot of that has to do with I don't really like, what's her name, Miyuki? I do like the other two girls that she meets. That would technically be a lot of focus of the show. I think I was a little bit turned off early on because for some reason they had characters doing different things than what they did in the original series. So I don't know why they did that, but I didn't really like the fact they were technically changing what happens in certain scenes as opposed to the original show. But there you have it. Aquatope, amazing. I'm putting way more stuff in my amazing list than I actually planned on. But Aquatope's great. I really do like Aquatope. It's probably really too slow for a lot of people. But I wasn't super hot on it early on. But I think probably about I don't remember I have to look at my impressions videos. I think about 4 or 5 episodes in, it really started to click with me. And then suddenly, like, a lot of the episodes were just full of emotion. And I was having, like, way too much fun watching the show. And I'm really super excited to see where it goes from here. Yeah, I think it in comparison to other PA Works titles, yeah, Shirobako and Hanasaki Roha obviously are going to be a lot better than it. But I think it's a really nice step back in the right direction for PA Works because, honestly, PA Works for the last few original have not really worked for me. Because Genghis said that he was going to end up in the hospital if I didn't put it in amazing. I don't know what Nakatopa either. I literally, obviously when we do what we do with the podcast and everything, I try to make sure they don't screw up pronunciations. And I just thought it was some sort of equipment in an aquarium or something like that. And I was literally looking everywhere to figure out how do I pronounce Aquatope. It was funny. And then I realized it's just some made up name. It's probably a combination of the two. It's probably Aqua and then whatever Tope is in Japan. Something that has Tope at the end of it in Japan, and they're probably smushing it. Kind of like Persicon. In Japan, Persicon is personal computer. So it's probably a similar thing as that. Yeah, I'm really excited. I literally... Genghis, bad. I hadn't watched... I totally forgot that Aquatope was today, and I went on Twitter, and there's Genghis posting, like, 4 screenshots spoiling the episode for me. I'm like, dang it, Genghis, but thank you for reminding me. I had mixed emotions. I was happy that Genghis reminded me, but I was mad because Genghis spoiled things for me. I literally didn't want to know what was going to happen. Like, I wanted to go in it completely blind. Yeah, I'm going to finish the episode without knowing, or the series. Duke of Death was the other one that I was thinking of watching this to watch. Honestly, the hour-long first episode, and I think the following 3 episodes, I literally could not stay awake watching it. Yeah, it just wasn't working for me. I really did try. Could be from Topos, meaning land. Yeah, that could be. Aqua on land. I mean, it's called Aquatope on white sand, so maybe land and wet sand might be the same thing. I don't know. I try to put no spoilers in it. I'm like the type that, like, well, to be honest, Genghis, it was a thing of, like, I didn't want to know that there was a time jump, or if there was a time jump. And it just basically revealed that there was a time jump, so. Yeah, I got through, I got all the way through the Idols arc, and it wasn't working, so. So Duke of Death is... Duke of Death. Putting comedies in tier lists are really difficult. I think Duke of Death is one of those shows where I was never bored watching it. It was very, very cute. I had a lot of fun with the characters. Alice is absolutely adorable. I like the witch stuff. The CGI does bring it down a little bit for me. Not too much. I think they did a good job. I'm probably going to go good on it. Aquatope equal aquarium. Yeah, it is. It is kind of a stressful show to watch, too, at the same time. Your first tweet was time jump? Jerk. Oh. Oh, Carbon. That's fine. It's fine. I'll put it great. I like I said, I never was bored watching the show. It was cute. Yeah, it's... Genghis, did you ever watch, I don't know if you've answered this before. Did you ever watch, High School Girl? Which is the other one they did the similar style. That show was driven by the characters in the story. Like, it was their early test in that CGI, and it wasn't that good looking. But the story was great. Yeah, it's definitely subjective, but... Remain, I have one more... This is a hard one for me. I have one more episode, and I think I already have an idea of where it's going based on the end of the 11th episode. And I've been really loving this show. I'm going to put this one great as well. And I'm super shocked that I loved it as much as I did. Because obviously a bunch of dudes in Speedos and stuff swimming and throwing balls at each other with weird leather hats. It's not a sports show, and that's what I think is so great about it. It's a slice of life show about a guy that loses memory. I will admit, the goofy jumps that they get with the memory issues you have to suspend your disbelief on it. But I think it tells a really good story with the weird lapses of his memories. Yeah, I don't blame you, Bernardo. I think the CGI is, especially for the Duke, I think they put a lot of effort into Alice, which I think is required to get a sense of their tension. But I will admit that the Duke kind of looks like a stick figure. It's fine though. It's objective. But yeah, Remain, probably one of those shows that probably I will be the only one that watches it. But it's fine. I really did enjoy it, though. It breaks my heart, though. It's a show that kind of breaks my heart, too. Because it makes you really hate the main character at some point. But, yeah. D-side, I dropped. I wanted to get back to it, though. Even though it's CGI, I didn't want to really drop it because it's CGI. It felt pretty mobile gamey. So that's why I was kind of scared away by it. Bernardo, Remain was surprisingly good. Memory Thing was a form soap opera, but really it works. Yeah, it was good. I like it. It was funny that he actually brings up a lot of those kind of soap operas about how memory retention works and stuff, and he was afraid of it. Higurashi. This is so fresh on my mind right now. It's scary. Shoot. I think I actually plan on not putting this in this tier list that I didn't have to decide. I love the Higurashi franchise a lot. Enough that when the new series came out and I realized it was a sequel, I went back and rewatched the old series all the way through before I even started watching the new series again. I enjoyed the first season Go a lot. Satsu, I have some issues with. That said, I still love it because it's more Higurashi, and especially a lot of the earlier segments of Satsu were very difficult to watch in a good way. Emotional investment and difficulty of watching hardships go into your characters is always a sign that you love something a lot. They literally... Genghis, they literally did. I struggle with motivations. With the original series, the motivations of the antagonist was pretty dang obvious, and it made sense. I struggle with motivations in this season, and I think that was the only thing that was really bogging it down for me. But I still love it. Like, I still love the series, and it's call it Stockholm, call it rose-tinted glasses. I still love it because it's Higurashi, and I love the characters. But I will admit it has faults. I will admit that it technically didn't land the ending as much as I would wanted it to. I wanted a bittersweet ending, and I didn't really necessarily get that. It technically is a bittersweet ending, don't get me wrong. It is a bittersweet ending, just not as bitter as I was hoping for it to be. It was weird, Havoc, because literally, you know how Higurashi repeats stuff? Because it's a loop. It was so funny because I was watching Go, which had scenes that were, again, of course, repurposed into Satsu. And Go, they were uncensored. Satsu, they were censored. Like, the whole raking scene was censored in the newest season. So I'm guessing maybe they got the uncensored version since I went to watch it later than everybody else. I don't know. But, Go was the first of the new series. Satsu was the second of the new series. Go is basically new. So yeah, technically what Carbon said is technically season 4. It's Higurashi when they cry. Shoot, I forgot the second season. Kai, Go, Satsu. What's the second one? Higurashi. I don't know. Anyways, Higurashi when they cry. Higurashi when they cry. Kai. Higurashi when they cry. Go and Satsu. What's the other one? Carbon probably knows. Anyways. Where do I put it? I'm going to put it in great. It would have been amazing if it weren't for the fact that I technically had a struggle in that show. Ray, that's right. Kai, Ray, Go, Satsu. There's also another OVA in there, but that's fine. Those are the ones you have to watch, though. That's why I said, the whole reason we live stream is so that you guys can help me with my crappy memory. Scarlet Nexus, I dropped it. I really wasn't feeling it early on, and I never really went back to it. I do want to play the game. I heard the game's really good. But for the anime, it felt like some sort of, I don't know, heroes or celebrities kind of thing. The case study of Vanitas. Amazing. I was pausing. I thought I might go great on that one, but I'm going to go amazing on that one. Yeah. Pretty much what I was getting from everybody else, too. The case study of Vanitas, I think, is going to be the one that's going to be the most, criminally underappreciated shows of the season. And I agree. honestly, I did technically look at, think Pretty Boy, vampires. I don't care about either of those two things. But then we were going to do our first impressions, and I went ahead and I was going to get caught up, and literally I could not stop watching. Because Vanitas was technically one that finished early, so it was actually ahead of most other shows. I think when we did our first impressions, it had 5 episodes out already. I couldn't stop watching it. Like, it grabbed me. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that the director, or was the series composition writer, I think, did Noragami. And I think Noragami, it feels like Noragami when you watch the show. The chemistry and the conversations are so witty and fast, and it constantly bounces back and forth between characters. When they argue about stuff, the chemistry is solid. Like, I love Vanitas and Noe and how they constantly bicker at each other. I always quote it as like a buddy cop drama. They're both going to do something and they keep kind of bickering at each other how to handle a situation. It's great. The world's fantastic. I'm in love with it so far. Characters, world, mechanics of the world, the setting, the theme, the visuals, everything's fantastic. Plus, at the very end, we get a tease for the second season, which will have Ria Kajimiya join the cast, and I'm super psyched on that one. Vampire just rolled. There you go. Nutshell. There you go. Lost traction, but I agree. It did kind of peter off at the end. It technically didn't have a climax because technically they were intending for this to be a 2-core, and I don't think they were intending for it to have a split core. So the build-up is for the second season, which is obviously January. I'm pumped for that second season. But yeah, I'm right there with you, Bernardo. You pretty much hit on the head. It felt petering, but at the same time, it was, again, build up for the second season or second core. Sunny Boy. I didn't watch the warning. I did not watch the Sunny Boy finale. I'm probably going to not. I don't think the finale will change my mind. Anybody watch the finale of Sunny Boy? No spoilers, but did you watching that last episode feel like it did something amazing? Or did anybody watch Sunny Boy? I think most people stopped watching Sunny Boy a long time ago, but I'm just going to assume somebody watched it. Maybe Genghis. Nobody watched the finale yet. So Havoc's watching it. Just haven't seen the finale. Okay. Did it do something? I don't want to know what happened, Genghis. I just want to know if it did something incredible. Keep all your dreams. I'm sort of in the same mind, Havoc. Like, and it sucks because obviously our channel got struck by the company that owns, well, not the company, one of the company that owns Sunny Boy gave us a strike. I'm not letting that cloud my judgment. It's more of a thing of, it sucks that at the time that I started enjoying the show and I found things that I could pick apart, they punched me in the face. So it's kind of hard not to really acknowledge that. I like a lot of things about Sunny Boy, but I also get frustrated with how smart it's. I'm not gonna say like a lot of people say where it's trying to be smarter than it is. I'm just gonna say that it acts really smart, and I don't get it. I think the last few episodes of it were getting really strong, honestly. I don't know what was going on, but it was getting it was getting more interesting. I don't know what the heck was happening, but it was getting interesting. I remember somebody said in my comments, I don't know if they're here, that they were thanking me for covering the show because they felt like they weren't understanding it. I'm like, I don't understand it either. I'm just acting like I understand it. Yeah, I love how this show makes me feel stupid. Shoot. I'm gonna go so-so. Honestly, so-so. And the Great Jahi. Oh, sorry about that. The Great Jahi. I'm not too far into this, but I love it. I think it has similar issues for me as Girlfriend, where some of the jokes kind of do drag out a little bit. But again, they're really good. They're good segments. And I think the Seiyu pulls off the character so well. I'm stuck between great and good. What's so great, too, about Jahi is whenever it gets heartfelt, it gets me. Like, when they showed up when Jahi was sick, it was so sweet. When the manager started getting in a drunk, sobbing stupor with her, it was great. But again, it does have points where it kind of drags out. But I do enjoy every episode of it. You dropped it earlier than you dropped this manga. I think I'm in the middle between good and great, but so I'll put it in great. Just remembering the 6 scene was really cute, so I'm a lot more evened out than I thought I would be, though I'm pretty heavy on the amazing. So that's good. I think that's solid. Yeah. Good. Good. I like that. That was good. For the Husbando list. Husbando is next. I found this one. So, any comments before we start? I'll let you let me talk fan. It's fine. It's fine. It's done and over with. It's not as if this is being recorded or anything, so. Yeah, I found this Husbando list and I thought it was good, so I figure we can do this one. We pretty much have the guy from Jujutsu Kaisen right here. We also have the other guy from Jujutsu Kaisen. The one that has the glasses from Jujutsu Kaisen. This guy from Jujutsu Kaisen. And then this other guy from Jujutsu Kaisen. I think it's the same guy as this one. So I think they put 2 of the same one in here. So, yeah. I think Husbando's good. That one, I think, yeah, that's good. Yeah, I think that'll good too. Good, that we did. A very quick. No, it's gonna. The real one will actually take a little bit longer than that, but no, he was a pretty cool guy. I admit I did like his character. I didn't really like him at first, but he was pretty good. No words. No, this is the one that I actually found that I thought was pretty decent. Has a lot of characters in it that I like. This has way too many rankings though, so I'm gonna delete a lot of these. We'll do a great. I'll do amazing as well. Amazing. Great. Good. So. Don't know. I'm probably gonna need a must protect. I'm gonna probably need one of those. It's too slow to get 3 dots. Literally, this isn't Twitch seismic. You could literally go back and you can see it. That's one of the nice things about this versus Twitch is if I say something stupid, people just go back and look at it. Don't know. Or don't want to say. Then we can get rid of all these. Delete row. It's way too many rows. All right, Havoc. Have a good one. Thanks for dropping by. That's why I said I put Husbando in this particular live session, and unlike the live session where there was like literally 11 people waiting to watch that one, it took a while to get anybody in here. All right, so Shiro. He's a good boy. I think he's a little annoying at times, and I think his obliviousness kind of makes him annoying, but he is a good boy. I think Archer right behind him kind of goes more in the realm of great. Because he's kind of similar. They're kind of similar. Wink, wink. And the idea that they... one is actually takes action and one doesn't. He can cook. He can cook. And he does have quite the company around him. That is a good point. But yeah, he is annoying still. He says a lot of stupid... He says stupid things that people meme that I hate. Ku is... Ku. I think Ku's great too. I think he's good. I think he's good. Now, technically, a lot of that has to do with playing Fate Grand Order, where he's literally, he's a party saver. he saves many people's parties a lot because he can't be killed sometimes. But yeah, he's a good doggo. I agree. He's definitely a good doggo. He's a good protector too. Hachiman. Hachiman. You know, I'm totally looking at this from the perspective of good characters, not necessarily husbandos, because I can't think like that. Like, there's some like this for this character right here. Yes, I could technically think like that, but I can't think it for other characters because my mind doesn't work that way. Unless they're voiced by Kendra Suda, and then I immediately go, yes, that I want to have his babies. But I don't know. I would date Hachiman just so I can go to their like, Hachiman's the case that, like, if in a world where, yes, I was a female and or if I was attracted to males, let's say that, I would date Hachiman for the sole purpose of being able to go with him to family reunions and family get-togethers so they can see him bicker with his sister, because they're priceless. I can't really say that the same for any other relationship. They're not gigantic enough. Thank you, Carvin. Yes, that's exactly it. I don't even think there is any gigantic characters. Oh, there are Goblin Slayers in here. I mean, he's technically pretty big. Guts is pretty big. And there's definitely going to be a lot of positivity around Guts. Anyways. So yeah, I think a Hachiman... I'm going to say no, so. I think he's really... I don't really care much for his snarkiness, so I don't think we'd get along together. At some point, I would tell him, dude, get over it. Whatever is making you grumpy, get over it. Must protect, smile, but also, very adorbs. I don't know. I'm just gonna put him in must protect. Like, no matter what, just must be protecting. Which Kyoani character is this? He looks Kyoani. Is he the boy from Tamako Market? Or he's not from Hyoka, is he? Oh, I knew it. It's my pile of shame. I'll get to it eventually. I'm blanking on the name of the show. I know what the show is, though. I don't really... I don't know. I didn't care much for him, honestly. It's the one where everybody had the names of authors. What the heck is that name of that show? It hasn't been that long, either. And I can think, like, the next 4 from that show. Well, besides Eraserhead here. Eraserhead, I don't know. But yeah, I think all these are from the same show, and I can't remember the name of the show. It's driving me crazy. But no, honestly, I think for this show, I didn't really care much for the characters. I mean, they were good characters, but I didn't really care for them otherwise. Maybe Edge Boy I kind of liked, but Bungo Stray Dogs. Yeah, thank you, Jeffrey. I think I'm gonna put them in so-so. I think this one's from Bungo Stray Dog too. I think I know that character. Isaiah. I want him to be my husbando just so I can see him step on cell phones. Dude's rich, clever, good looking. Yeah. I think Isaiah's way up there. What's his name? Shizuo? I think it's Shizuo. He's kind of so-so. He's a very one-track mind. I didn't really... I don't remember them really doing anything with his character. He was just kind of always around being cool. But... Ichigo. He's alright. I'd probably say he's good. Not a huge fan of the Carrot Top head. Sorry to all the Carrot Tops out there. Just for Ichigo. Didn't care for it. The dude that threw fridges, yes. Well, mostly street signs, but I think he threw a fridge at some point. It's mostly street signs. I have not got far enough into this story to think that this character's any good. He was really annoying in the first season of Vinland Saga, the animation, and I have not read the manga, and I have not obviously seen the second season that's coming up. So my perspective is literally for these two characters based off of the first anime adaptation. Yeah. I think he's a great character. I think he's literally the reason that kind of... His reveals and his story was literally what got me through the later part of the show, besides the incredible animation and directing and visuals and music. But Husbando, no. No. Oh, we're going to get into some Seraph for the End. This guy right here is super hot. Very much so. The boyfriend, definitely up here. Him, way low. That's my ranking for the Seraph for the End, guys. Hot. So-so. Well, good, but no. Devilman Crybaby characters now? He's a good boy, but not good enough for me. He's just twisted. I really don't want to have anything to do with him, honestly. Why we have a My Hero Academia character, then randomly 2 Tower God characters. Let's do Tower God next. I don't really have anything for these characters. I think technically he's in the must protect area because I so far from that story so far, I don't know why he's even there. He really shouldn't be. He technically has a similar must protect type of story, but nah. Him and his sister's story was probably one of the few parts of that show that I did enjoy. But the main character, he just feel like he's just being wrong the entire time. Which dude you talk about, Carbon? Goblin Slayer. This dude is amazing. Goblin. I love him to death. He's very I've read a lot of the manga. I've read a lot of the backstories, novels or mangas as well, so that's where I get a lot of my thought process for him. he's been through some terrible stuff, like even beyond the backstory that we got from the show. I really do like him. I honestly didn't really care much for Tower of God and General Carbon, so don't really take me for much knowledge there. Yeah, Goblin Slayer, if I can wake up to some dude constantly checking the perimeter for any dangers, he's a husbando for me or anybody, honestly. He's got like the dedication to save people that just very few characters in this list will match. So, I really like this guy. He's probably one of my favorite characters in the show. I love. It seems like they're trying to pin him with the moth girl. I forget what her name is. I'm sorry. And they're super cute together. So he's kind of up there for me. He's had a lot of great scenes. I think he got kind of snuffed in the last... the first part of My Hero Academia Season 5, which is another reason why I didn't like this show, that season, as much as the other ones. He got really snuffed in that kind of playoff with the other classes. Psyche, okay. The dude can literally end time. I really need to get back to watching this show. I really loved it. I love his Seiyu so much, too. He's great. I'm going to put him in great. He's a little weird, but he literally can do anything. I'm not even going to... Aibo. I'm not even going to... I'm not even going to humor Aibo guy. Or Justice guy. They're just... No. They're funny, but no, I'm not really going for them for husbando material. Shoot. Him, I don't really care much for, honestly. I think he's kind of cool, so I'd probably put him in the good area. I do love the show, though. But again, not really much for... Not positive for me for husbando material. Yes. Even though he probably would never love me. He would never love me. I should have a section that they would never love me. Really? I don't even want to consider. Like, that's like them. I'm gonna put him down here too. I'm not even gonna consider these characters. I have not watched Gintama. I'm sure he's fantastic. I want to watch the show like tomorrow. It's gonna be really bad. We're just randomly running into a really bad spot here. Danganronpa characters. This guy's a dork. I don't want to be this guy's... I don't want him as a husbando because I want him to be with Chio Sakura. So I'm going to put him in the don't say. Well, that's fine. He's good, but yeah, like I said, Chio Sakura. Again, good, but stay in your relationship. Is this light? It looks like light. I need a bad section. I don't want to say. I don't want to say anything about him. You're fine. Stay there. I think we're getting to Coconut Basket. I don't know any of them. This is another, like, I just want to protect. This guy needs to be happy. I'd totally play some whatever with him. But again, I just wanted to be happy. Don't get on his bad side, yeah. If you ever have an argument with Light as a husbando, just... You're not going to wake up the next morning. Legolas is just pure... He's just too pure. thinking good. I love him in the second season, but I don't know. He's kind of one of those characters I think you're supposed to not really be. He's a good character, but not really like somebody you'd trust, I guess. I guess is the key thing to put there. Great character, though. I think this is Accelerator. I don't know who, or don't really know much about him. I think it's similar to Light, where I don't really... I mean, literally his job is his life. There'd be no relationship. His job is his life. Free characters. I haven't got far enough in the first season to really give an opinion. They're all super cute, though. There's a lot of free characters. I think me and Elle would kick it off, like, just hanging out, but like I said, dude's devoted to his job. He can't really be a husbando. We're getting into more characters. I think these are, Monster? I think. So, no bueno? Definitely not even going to consider this character. Senku. Senku would be perfect. Senku, I think, no matter what happens, dude's got a plan. I think, especially if you ever have any inclination of being a prepper or something, dude's like the thing that you need to have in a can at all times. So, natural disasters, economy, anything happens, dude is there. I don't really see myself with anybody else for that series, honestly. Well, let's see. Let's spread this out some more. Let's so-so. So-so as well. Wow, case series characters. I was about to say this person's spoiler, and I'm glad I stopped, but not that anybody here has watched it or are going to watch it that haven't watched it yet. He's okay. He's okay too. I do enjoy him. I think he's cool as well. Didn't care much for this guy. Who in the world are you? Nani. Toilet bound Hanako-kun. I love his seiyuu so much. I don't know, I'm getting enough question marks with this group. I guess I'll go on the protect area. Technically pretty young. I don't know. I'm gonna go protect as well. Who in the world are you? I haven't watched the whole thing, but I'm not really partial at all to the characters. So I'll put them in so-so as well. Oh, welcome to NHK. Yeah, okay, I'm connected it now. It's another one on my... I watched quite a bit of it, but haven't finished it. Shows that I don't know why I haven't finished it. Horimiya guy. He's a good dude. I'll put good. But again, it's similar to Chiyo Sakura, where I'm like, I don't want to get in the middle of them too. Sunday Without a God guy. I mean, technically, you could play a lot of really cool games with him, so I guess that technically bumps him up a bit. I think good's good. Psychopass? Yeah, Psychopass. I think he's from Psychopass. Don't know. I'm guessing he's Psychopass too. Not sure. This guy, yes. Dude's got some cash. He's got a little heart in there. He doesn't let anybody boss him around. Not to say that it's money's involved, but dude's got a nice voice. Carries himself really well. Can't say there's anything wrong with that. Him, on the other hand, is a so-so. Balance Unlimited, by the way. Couldn't bring it to mind. Dude has so much heart. But he's also kind of annoying how he doesn't realize what's in front of him. Yeah, he's a good boy. No. I know it's Hunter x Hunter, I think. This dude, he's got to be amazing. He's a dork, but he's also amazing. Probably because he's not husbando material for me. This guy's similar. Like, he doesn't know what's in front of him, but he's got, like, a really good heart. So he's kind of, like, good to a fault. I didn't think I had that clicked on. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. So I'm gonna put him in good as also. Akame literally destroys the world. Son of a bee. This is Baka and Test, right? I haven't really watched the rest of that show yet. But a good character though. The scenes that I've seen of this character look great. Another good heart character, but doesn't know what's in front of him. Gosh, there's a lot of them in here, isn't there? I'll put him in good. Is that Onizuka? Yeah, that's Onizuka, isn't it? I love Onizuka. Now, granted, I am, again, troubled on the idea of, again, I'm trying to think of Husbando and not good characters. He's not somebody I would be too interested in having as a husbando just because of obvious reasons. He literally joined a high school so he can get with the girls. Or he became a teacher. Yeah. That's what I'm struggling with right now, Carvin, is I keep jumping back and forth between what's a good character and what's a husbando. Yu Yu Hakusho is, again, amazing character, but not sure about husbando. Don't even remember him at all, honestly. This guy, I don't know. Can we your option, door number 1 is this guy. Door number 1 and door number 2 have essentially their whole story is swindling money. Would you marry them? Would you marry somebody whose primary job is to swindle money? if you're broke and there's a guy that swindles money for a living and he wants to get with you, as long as you have zero ability for yourself to have an account opened or credit line open for you, go for it. If you like bad boys. Only if I was broke and they can't open an account under you. Sounds good. I recognize this character. I think it was a show that I watched but didn't finish. Any ideas? Guy from Walk On Girl. I have not watched it yet. Sorry. Planet. Natsumi Dejinso. Another really good person. Yeah, I go for it. Oh, Kurapika? Okay. Yeah, that would explain why I don't recognize him. Great character design, though. I really need to watch that show. Not really interested in literally a person that's whole shtick is being listless. I guess I could put him in the protect area. I would protect him. I would honestly protect him. Another one I would just kind of protect. Good characters, again. Not waifu. Not placing these ones either. Whoa, no. Guts obviously is amazing. This dude would literally go to hell to save the one they loved, so that's easy. This one would literally send you to hell, so I'm just gonna throw him down here. And I'm just gonna leave that there. Are these more Hunter x Hunter characters? Is it everything that I'm not recognizing just Hunter x Hunter characters and I feel really bad for not recognizing them? Both of these guys I'm just not sure about. I mean, he was definitely a lot more. Like, I would trust him a lot more. He's a good boy. Last season, I mean, he went through some crazy stuff, so I don't really blame him too much. I'll just put him in protect. That's fine. Just protect him. That's fine. I'm not placing him at all. I recognize him, though. A lot of this stuff is not, like, anime. A lot of it's manga and light novel art. So it's really throwing me off. It's not Phoenix Wright. I wanted to say Phoenix Wright. I know it's not Phoenix Wright. Probably another Hunter x Hunter character. I'm just going to assume it's Hunter x Hunter character. I'm not even going to go there. I'm just going to put him right there and just no. Really? I was just joking. Got a lot of good characters from Hunter x Hunter, apparently. Yeah, I'm not even gonna mess with this. I'm just leaving him in here. I don't even want to go there. Banana fish characters. First off, great character. Where I put him has nothing to do with if he's a good character or not. I'm not a huge fan of the bad boys, is really what it is. Technically, I'll just put him in must protect. He needed protecting when he was younger. That's for sure. I don't really care. Character I don't really care. This is the guy from, shoot, the stupid school competition show. We talked about one of the characters in the waifu section. Everybody had to protect me. I was a it's not the Prodigies Have It Good in Another World, it's the other one. But I don't really... I'm trying to remember if I liked him or not. I know he was a jerk. Like, an absolute jerkwad. Yeah, Classroom Elite, thank you. Carbon, I think you saved me last time on that one too, didn't you? I don't know. I think I just didn't remember he was a jerk. Not too familiar with any of... Wait, these are Run for the Wind. Is this Run for the Wind? Or Run with the Wind? It isn't. Because, yeah, I think this is the Wimp dude. Wow, their character designs, whenever they got this from, is completely different than the anime. Is it Given? Really? I guess, yeah, I technically watched a little bit of Given. It looked like characters from Run with the Wind. Genghis, that's kind of the fun thing about it, is making me realize just how much stupid stuff I've watched. Okay, well, if it's Given, I didn't get far enough into to really care. What was his name? Is it Knight? It wasn't Knight. It was something weird. He was good though. I liked him as a character. Even though he's like obsessed with what was it, symmetry? Death the Kid, yeah. He's alright too. I only liked him, well, no. Correction. Is it Death Star? He had a dumb name. I hated him because he was so mean to Tsubaki. And Tsubaki was my favorite character. So, I'm going to put him down in the so-sos. I don't like him. I'd probably put him down here if I wanted to fill this area up more. Hunter x Hunter character. The guy from... Yeah... I don't remember him too much. So I'll put him in so-so. Yuri on Ice characters. I think out of the three of them, the only one I liked was him. He was whiny. He was a jerk. And he was just kind of in the middle. So I don't know. I guess I'll put them two in so-so and just put him a little bit higher. Because like I said, he was the only one that I liked out of them. He's kind of stuck in the middle of the two children. Really is what it was. Jojo, I'm guessing. Don't recognize it all. So probably Hunter x Hunter. I really seriously badly want to get this manga because I've heard nothing but good things about it. So to protect myself from anybody going, why the hell is he down there? I'm just going to put him in amazing rather than putting him into I don't know. Because I know based on good sources of people that I trust, it's an incredible manga. But I don't know. This is real life. Yeah, Pun Pun. Have you started it? Am I wrong? I've heard nothing but incredible things about it. I was off put by it when I first seen it. Just because, obviously, it's portraying the main character as a weird bird thing, but it's supposedly really good. He was alright. I actually liked him. I don't even know if I want to know who this is. Based on the picture, I'm going to say I don't want to say anything. Ginkgo. I would totally... When I... I think Ginkgo was the first, like, man crush character I've ever had. Ginkgo is just too cool. Is it Chainsaw Man? Without the chainsaw on his head, or is it a different character? I guess I'll know soon, I guess. But yeah, I would totally travel around the world with Ginkgo. The one that's sticking his tongue out is the MC? That's exciting. It's exciting, no? That makes sense then, I guess. My first Kenjo Suda character. Isn't it? He was Kenjo Suda, wasn't he? I think he was Kenjo Suda. I don't really, I mean, he is cool. Again, this goes back to the whole thing where Husbando, no. Cool character. Eh. Yeah, I think Kenjo Suda just has to put... I don't care much for his character, but he does get a little bit up there because of his Seiyu. But, yeah. Rest of them I didn't really have... Of course, again, the show itself, I wasn't too fond of either. Not that they're bad, just I didn't stick with the show. Yeah, no. I'm curious if like girls like Kirito. Like, well, I guess I would assume young girls probably like Kirito because he's the protecting boy, but I really don't see anything in him. Yes, it's Kirito, the MC himself. This is Kirito. I mean, this is Haruto. I mean, this is. I should bring up a list of all of the people that he's voiced. This is literally all Kirito. This is literally, he's literally, this guy right here is, he should literally be the picture for this. This is Kenjo Suda. This is literally the way of the house husband. This is the house husband. He is the ultimate husbando. He's Kenjo Suda. He yells at Roombas for not cleaning properly. He's perfect. He's literally the definition. Unless you're talking about a joke as Kirito, which I would know. Haven't watched it yet. I really do want to. Mikey? No. Again. Great character. No. Great character. No. Great character. Maybe. Because this is, that's Draken, isn't it? I'm not recognize the artwork. I'm guessing that's Draken. If it's not Draken, I don't want to put him up there. Does he need his own tier? Does anybody read the manga for Revengers? Is that Draken? Because Draken, I'm pretty okay with. The rest of them, not really. I mean, Husbando-wise. I'm just going to put him down here. And Just in case it's not Draken. I'm assuming it's Draken, though. Oh, there's Draken right there. Never mind. I recognize them now. I don't know who this is, then. Who is this guy right here, then? Is this the dude that was fighting him in, like, episode 12-ish or something? The dude with all the tats? Or is that his friend? I don't know. I'm just gonna put him down here. Is it Baji? I don't know. Are these Magi characters? I think they're Magi characters. Setsuba Sensei. Setsuba Sensei in here. How do I say this without sounding offensive? If you have a really good life insurance policy that protects against certain things, Setsuba Sensei is it's a good catch. But I'm gonna assume that you cannot find a good enough of an insurance policy. I don't know. Again, I'm thinking from a perspective of husbandos, and he doesn't really seem like he'd be a very good husbando. Okay, yeah, I'm following now. Yujio. Yujio was a good boy. I put him in the good. He's a good boy. He's like a best bro. He's like a friend. I have not watched this series. I don't think I'll ever will, unfortunately. Goku. Love the dude. Saves the world. Terrible father. I think a terrible husband. I guess you can live off of hopefully whatever earnings he gets from saving the world, but he's never around. He dies a lot. I don't think he's a very good husband. Even Vegeta was a better husband and father than Goku. At least he was around for a little bit with his children. I'm going to put them in this also too. Again, for husbando purposes. Piccolo's a good dad. He was a jerk at first, but he's like a tsundere dad. He's in the good area. Oh, dang, Sky. Sorry to hear you've got a rough last 24 hours. Have a good night. You can always drop by and check out the stream later. Appreciate you dropping in and saying hi, though. Take care of yourself. I don't really think I would have anything against him. He doesn't really stand out too much, though. He's kind of like, I don't know. I think he's a little bit too juvenile. So doesn't really fall into the category of husbando for me. Why? Why is he in here? No, I'm not even gonna. No. I really want to read this manga. What's the name of this manga? I forget what it was called. I know the art's beautiful. I was literally like this close to buying this manga. Just based on the artwork alone. But I don't know who he is, but I'm certain he's probably a fantastic character. I don't know. Very shrug character, I guess. No. 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 I'm not. No. Never. No. Again, if he does well, I guess he technically could save the world and he'd be a good supplier, but talk about I don't know. I don't really feel like there's any good conversations to be had around the house. Yeah, not listen to Asta talk around me. And Edge Boy, he was all right. I'm literally going by a couple episodes that I watched of this show. Don't really take it as offensive. I'm sure he's fantastic. Shoot. I don't think I really even got anything out of this. Well, I understand. Spirited Away, yeah, it's fantastic movie, but I don't really think I got anything husbando out of this character. Plus, I don't really remember it too much, so. Same with Howl's Moving Castle. I mean, he's hot. He's got that going for him, so I guess I can bump him up a little bit from that. He owns a castle. Astolfo. How did it take so long to get to Astolfo? We've technically got one other character like him, but... That wasn't that difficult. He smile, he protect, he cute. The guy from Darker Than Black... He's kind of a dirtbag. Of course, all I can remember, like Darker Than Black. I really love the original series, but all I can remember of the series is, was it called Genesis, wherever that one, the sequel was, that I really didn't like, and he was kind of a jerk in that one. Inuyasha. Right? There's no Dion. I don't even think I've seen a Felix either. I was really hoping for a Felix character. Man, that's some good ones down below here. Inuyasha's a good boy. Genghis, really? Gotta agree, Genghis. I technically have the same situation. Got a similar situation as you, Genghis. I don't know. I really did like Inuyasha. I think he's a good boy. I didn't care much for the brother. His brother, I think, was, right? I feel bad if I'm wrong about that. Literally, is there anybody in the chat that's not going to agree with that statement, that Astolfo's better looking than any real-life girlfriends you've had? Haven't really seen too much to make a statement. My heart breaks for him. I think that I still get Doki Dokis over him. Is anybody's girlfriends in the chat with them? Oh man. The rest of these I don't really remember anything. Some of them I don't even know who they are. White blood cell. He protect. He's not very entertaining besides protecting. I guess he's technically similar to Goblin Slayer, where he just really has a goal, and that's to protect. So there's nothing inherently wrong with him, I guess. He does need to get out and get some more, you know, sun on that skin. But other than that, he's alright. Why? I guess they technically had an anime adaptation. It's like, why is these Persona characters in these darn lists? I don't know. They were all pretty so-so for me. Again, like I said last time, I was more fond of the Persona 4 characters. They're okay, though. Except for this guy. He can go down here. Blood Blockade Battlefront characters. I like him. I would totally go. Great with him. Definitely, got some muscle. He's got, what do you call it? Presence. He knows how to live a nice, refined life. I go so-so for him, though. Don't really care. Why? I don't even know why. He's a good boy. I think he was good, too. I'd hang out with him. Not as much as him, though. I'll go in good with him. He's a good boy. Haven't watched Primera yet. Dandy, really? I didn't really watch enough of it. Lupin. Again, it's like, would you go out with a secret agent? Their job is their life. Being a crook, all that kind of stuff. I don't know. I really don't know. I guess if you like living dangerously, like, again, similar to the guys from Great Pretender. Haven't watched Mononoke yet. I really invested too much in this. No. Haven't really watched it yet. He's a good boy. He's a real good boy. I think he would protect... Well, no, I don't know. If as long as his sister's okay, I think he would protect you too. He's a good boy. I'm guessing ping pong based on the artwork. Don't know. Another Kirito voice. Like Kirito, Beetlejuice Kirito. But another good boy. I don't know. I hate him at first, but I kind of started liking him after a while. I'll put him in... Put him in good. Never. I don't want to talk about it. Again, he's protecting, but at the same time, he's kind of annoying. It's very annoying. I'm just gonna put him in the protect smile area. I don't know. He's kind of like a little brother you want to protect. Don't really know enough about him. Oh, man. I guess. It's kind of like a... Again, in the perspective of a husbando, it makes you wonder, like, at what point of his life is he? Because this dude's never going to be around until his journey's over. But if his journey's over, yeah, I guess. It's a good guy. Similar. Yeah, I guess. If you're into some tin can. I don't know. Some people are into that kind of stuff. Which one is yours? I don't even want to bother with him. No, just not even gonna think. Mustang, yeah. I put him. I'd be pretty for that. Yeah, I go for that. David, keep in mind this is a husbando list, not necessarily how good the character is. I'm trying to take this from perspective of somebody if I was attracted to men, or if they're Kendra Suda, which I would be attracted to no matter what. Oh, there is a Felix in here. Wow. So yeah, if somebody's down here, it's either because I'm not even gonna, I can't even comprehend the idea of going out with them, let alone, or if I just don't know them. I could not know them. I don't think so. I don't think I can imagine. No. Maybe older Naruto. I don't know. I haven't seen much of Boruto to really know if he ever is not obsessed with Sasuke. I just can't see these two no matter what. Maybe if I watched Boruto, maybe I would understand. Yes, there's a little bit of feeling a man crush in that regard. And I'll go great with him. Yeah, I'm gonna go great with him. I guess if I was into the, you know, the punishment games and stuff, I guess. He does keep his house tidy. That is a good point. I don't know. I don't think I'm sadistic enough to ever even consider that. I can't see it as husbando. I can't go down that route. I'm sure there's plenty of people that are into that. That's pretty much where I'm at with Bernardo. It's really where I'm at with that. I can't really see them ever not a thing. Right? Levi can protect, clean, but then he also wants to boot. No, I'm not the brother either. He's a good boy. Where would I put him? I'll put him in good. He's a good boy. I don't even remember if I liked him or not. I want to say that I liked him later on. I don't remember, though. Yato. I'd totally hang out for my entire life with Yato. I think that not a single day would not be absolute joy hanging out with Yato. Now, granted, you're going to have to spend some time washing bathroom walls with toothbrushes, but Yato seems like a lot of fun. Him, if he's not attached to Bishamon, I guess he's technically okay. But yet, I don't know that I'd necessarily have much of a relationship if he's not... If he is attached to Bishamon. It's a devotion thing there. Subaru... I don't know. I'm mixed on Subaru. It's a bit too juvenile for my taste. Way too juvenile. I'm gonna put him so-so. Plus, he rejected Rem, so that's not a good in my book. I would totally. I forget what his name is, but I would totally. Yes. Dude's hot. Dude's insanely overpowered. Yeah. As a Rem fan. Yes. Yes, easy. Reinhardt, thank you. Yes, Reinhardt is... It's a good looking dude. Felix and Reinhardt are easy ones for me. I don't know any of the Haikyuu kids. I think these are all Haikyuu kids. Again, fantastic characters, but no. Not really. Probably a similar situation with Yato, where I think probably every day would be way fun. I think I'd just be really relying on, like, adventure and fun. Not really much knowledge outside of that. Or investment outside of that. Not really. Again, fantastic character, but I don't really see myself finding that really that enjoyable of experience hanging out with him. Mob. Protect. Yes. I literally hated this guy in the first season, and the second season sold me on him. How much? I'd say in a good category. He's a good dude. Good dude deep down somewhere in there. Underneath all that, you know, tricking people. I don't think I forget his name, the main character, Konosuba. I don't know. He's kind of annoying if you honestly, if you filter out all the girls that are around him. No, I don't think so, Carbon. I think the only reason he makes you laugh is because the other girls are around him. I don't think him alone is that funny. Besides stealing underwear. Besides stealing underwear. He had a terrible relationship, but at least he's still underwear. Yeah, that would never be a dull day. Never be a dull moment. As long as we can run around stealing underwear. Not familiar enough. Don't know. One Piece. Don't know One Piece characters. Get rid of the JoJo's here real quick. Don't know any of them. Kind of condense this all down. Think that's... these are more Haikyuu characters. Baccano characters, Bleach, Naruto. Gaara's gonna be a good question. I really liked Gaara. Oh my gosh, Gilgamesh is in this list. And people are gonna have to help me with the Jujutsu Kaisen stuff. Okay, we're having the same problem as we had with Love Live last time, where I think I get rid of everything and then I see more pop up. Okay, that's all of them, I think. All right, let me move this up to the top and get out of the way here. Okay. All right, we're down to the last ones. Oh gosh. Have you ever ran into somebody or dated somebody or even had a friend or maybe even a relative where you're like hanging out for dinner? You always seem like the conversation always goes down like a really dark route and you always feel depressed around them. Lelouch would be that. What do you think Astolfo is, Ruby? There's Astolfo. Astolfo's in the top tier. And so is Felix, in case you're wondering. Where he should be. Yes, where he should be forever. Yeah, I just don't... Lelouch would be like a stick in the mud. Like, he's amazing. Amazing character, just I don't really think that would be... Like I said, I know that there's probably girls out there that would be, like, all over that, but... I just don't... I think they would just stick in the... Similar with him. They would both be, like, stick in the mud people to talk to. Do amazing things. Probably be set for life under them, but... Stick in the mud. He's a good boy. I don't know. He's kind of like with all these other good boys where they're good boys, but they're also oblivious to what around them. That's fine. He's a very hard worker. Passionate about what he likes. I think he definitely is solid. Again, a few points off for obliviousness, which I guess is technically charming. We'll put him in great. Kind of so-so on him. Dude can cook. Mixed otherwise. I really honestly have not watched that show in so long. I don't really have an opinion on him anymore. He can cook though. Just good husband qualities, I guess. No. Dude is... No. Never. Good bro. Good friend. We'll leave it there. I'm not going any further than that. He's a good boy. We'll put him in here. He'll protect. Okay, so... Question. And I'm very afraid of asking this. Is this not the same character? This might be an issue with the manga thing. Is one of these is Gojo, isn't it? Isn't left one Gojo and isn't the right one like some weird... I think he's from the movie. Is the right one spoiler and the left one's Gojo? Any Jujutsu Kaisen fans can help me. Can help my pathetic season 1 only Jujutsu Kaisen fanness. I just assumed that this was like Gojo, like with some crazy power trip. I don't know. Fushiguro. Okay. Just a really weird version of Gojo. Oh, dope. Yeah, Fushi is the guy that... Yeah, the one that summons the doggies and stuff. God, I feel stupid now. Okay. He's a good boy too. But yeah, Gojo's up here. Thank you, Peter. It's a mixture between like my memory and like the manga art. I really don't like him. I really don't. I really don't like him. I have a rooted hatred for him. It's a weird looking Gojo, isn't it? I mean, I should have known based on the hair color, but yeah. It's a weird looking guy. No. I just want to protect Smile. I guess it's fine. Must protect's fine. Yeah. Karu. I go Karu. Oh, is that what it's from? Interesting. I don't think I'll ever manage to finish this series. I keep wanting to. Ragi. Yeah. I go for some Araragi. He protect. I probably die, but oh my gosh. Again, I love these characters, but I'm having to force myself to not see that as like just because they're amazing characters. I think I'd have a fun time around with him as long as he doesn't disappear. Maybe. Again, I love this character so much, but I don't see him as waifu or husbando material. Oh, like the worst person probably as a husbando. Hey, Jay-Z. A little bit late, but yeah, it's tier list Thursday. You missed our other list and everything. Like I said, fantastic character, but no. Just no. Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna put him in the no area. This is the no area. Gilgamesh. Again, he'd probably take care of you. He's an amazing character, but I'm not sure if he'd be very happy. Or if he'd possibly kill your children if need be. Dude's super hot, though. I don't know. Does the super hot aspect just kind of pull it out of the I don't want to even bother with area? That's fine. I don't know. Yeah, he sucks as a cannon. No. I mean, his later self is pretty cool, but not... I guess I could put him in the protect smile area. That's fine. Caster Gill was a lot better. I will admit, Caster Gill was a lot better, but Archer Gill is just kind of a jerk. That's the thing. It's like, is an aspect of like, you know, go after. Yeah, Waver later Waver is good, but young Waver is like, it's just kind of like a little boy I want to protect. All Might definitely doesn't have it going for him in the looks department, but he's a good dude. It's a real good dude. I don't know much about him, so I'll throw him up there. Rock Lee. I didn't like him when I watched the show originally, but like Husbando, he's all right. I think he'd be a good dude. His dad's... he's kind of like one of those cases where you know because his dad's like a good dude, that he'd be a good dad. Where are these characters coming from? No. 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 Just no. Um, yeah, he's good, dude. He's a good boy. Why is he what? Why? Why is he here? I mean, I guess technically, I don't know. I haven't really seen much besides our first impressions of him, but I'd imagine he takes care of his wife and daughter. Best boy for Satan. I guess in regards to the gender swap capability, that's there. There's a little bit of gender swap capabilities here. No. No, just no. Gaara. I was meaning to talk about this earlier, but Gaara was like one of the characters I really liked in the original Naruto series. I'd totally go for Gaara. I also really liked him from Bleach. Blanking on his name right now because I haven't watched Bleach in like 15 years. The characters from Baccano, I don't even recall well enough. I think he was a murderous jerk, so I don't think that's even possible to even consider. He's a good boy. Kind of annoying when he's eating. But putting that aside, I mean, he technically, whatever you feed him, hopefully, he's going to really enjoy it, and he's going to express that he really enjoys it, but also could be annoying. Being a guy, it's the only dude that you know from Naruto. Okay, I thought you mean this dude right here. Which, again, no. I don't even know why it's in this list. I don't really know much about these characters yet. Obviously. So I'm certain we're probably going to get more into him in the entertainment arc, but not now. And this guy, just no. Ever no. Him, maybe. He seems like he's a very emotional person. Yeah, swirly dude. Yeah. I don't understand. Yeah. Anyways. There you have it. Not as many must protect as I thought there would be. Technically, the Husbandos are pretty much more older. Except for, like, them. I guess I could put them in the protect, too. So there you have it. I am forever criminalized as having these people that I would be have as husbando. Again, I don't really necessarily know this character, but I really do want to read Pun Pun. That was a lot easier to get through than the waifu one, because there wasn't as much people yelling at me for what I choose, except people questioning why I put their characters low when they didn't realize this is a husbando list. So yeah. The definition of husbando, will protect. Pretty cool guy, will protect. He will protect. Perfect guy in case the world goes to crap. Has lots of money, is handsome, and, you know, can take over a room. Would go through hell for you. Protect. And is a really good guy. Will protect. Because Pun Pun. Would love to travel with. Is hotter than any of our girlfriends we've ever had before. Is a good boy. Would protect. Would have a lot of fun time. Is OP and handsome. Is cuter than any girlfriend we've ever had in the past. Would have lots of fun with. Is hotter than all get. And besides this picture. And then would protect everything. Yeah, I have it recorded, Jay-Z. I just didn't get a chance to edit it because I totally forgot that today was Aquatope Day. And so I completely was late on watching it, unfortunately, so. And the last one, I don't know if I can get to the other one. The other one's going to take a while. I did find this Malist one, but I'm not sure if I'd be able to get through this one today. I might hold this one for next week. But it's basically the top 100 list of anime on Mal right now. I think. I'm not sure about this list, though. Because, like, I don't necessarily disagree with any of these being, like, top-tier anime. So I'm not sure exactly what... I'm sure there's plenty of people out there to be like, yeah, people think this is amazing, but this is actually D-tier. But honestly, I think all these are really incredible shows. So this is probably, like, the worst tier list I've ever seen. I mean, I wasn't a huge fan of Barakamon, so I wouldn't rate that one pretty high. He's a big hair guy, hotter than any girlfriend that we've ever had. Welcome to the team, Jay-Z. Yeah. What else did I find? Let me do this, because I'm really afraid something's gonna pop up that I don't want to have on here. Best snakes in anime? S tier would be the snake from Cross Ange. And that's about it. That's all I can think of. Sorry. It's the only one I can think of. Don't look up Art of Astolfo. Stop corrupting people. Don't corrupt people in my chat. I might see if I can find a better list. I know somebody asked about doing an isekai one. I think I'm gonna have to make an isekai one, because I think all the isekai ones are, like, very short. I really wish they would list how many of the isekai they have. Yeah. I think I need to make my own isekai one in order to get a pretty decent list out. No, I'm saving the Konosuba movie for a rainy day. Or until they announce another season. Like, the Konosuba movie and the Nananbiori movie are my two save for a rainy day shows ones. I really need to go buy it. If anybody actually released it. I don't know, this little itty bitty crappy list here, I would do that easy. I really didn't like that show. This one came around for me. I really hated the beginning part of it. The first season of this was pretty solid. Second season didn't work for me. Slime's really good. I really didn't enjoy Mom in Another World. Except for a rainy day. Literally, it has to be a rainy day because I'll probably be crying. Either from laughter or from just emotion. Kasha's Hero is pretty solid. Mushoku Tensei obviously is amazing. This is nostalgia speaking, but I really do enjoy Zero. Log Horizon, I really need to get back to. So for now, because I dropped it, I'm leaving it B until I get back to it. Gate, really did enjoy it. It needs more. Konosuba is 100% amazing. Rizzo, really enjoy it. Grimgar, really enjoy it. Death March, it was alright. It had some good mechanics in it that I really did kind of like. Sword Art, I've kind of dwindled off on, but I really love the first season. I still need to watch this. No Game, No Life, kind of middle of the road for me as well. Overlord's amazing. The last season was a little rough. I didn't finish it, didn't like it. Is the Isekai one. Smartphone, didn't like it, didn't finish it. And Shield Hero, really like it, but not as good as the other ones. Yeah, the list said that it was Isekai and he reversed Isekai. Yeah, that's why I said Seismic. I'm gonna make a Isekai list. I'm gonna have to make one. I've found some other ones that have a little more, but they're still not really well built. Like, literally, there is 10 plus Isekais every season. This only has maybe 15, so... Terraformers? I actually enjoyed the recent Terraformers. I did enjoy Terraformers, honestly. It's definitely like a popcorn thing, you know, just a dumb B-movie kind of thing. They had some really good moments in it, though. Like, the whole segment with the poison gas segment, I really liked it. I think one of them had the ability to send out a poison gas. Yeah. Sword Art Online is kind of a debatable isekai. Because, I mean, unlike Overlord's where he's literally stuck in the world and he can't... It's almost as if he's become the body of his avatar, whereas something like Sword Art Online, they're technically in another world, it's just their brain is transferred. But, I mean, you can make the argument, what's to say that Overlord isn't the same situation as Sword Art, where his mind has been placed into the video game. Just, you know, tapped into it. He just doesn't know it. I mean, it's similar to... I mean, most of them can probably do that eventually. Pretty much Bacon. They probably just went through the top list of it. I don't know. Like Bacon Chips, do you necessarily think that No Game No Life is a trapped in the game versus just isekai? Is Overlord a trapped in the game, or if it's an isekai? I mean, there's a lot of them where they're literally in a game, like with How Not to Summon Demon Lord. he's technically in the game that he, or at least he finds aspects in the world that's from his game, but he's not necessarily, it's not really necessarily saying he's in this game. Yeah, Genghis, good points. That and Death March. They're like, yeah, we had to throw some of these in here, so we had to put, you know, the Wise Man's Grandchild in here. Why not? Yeah, Bacon Chip, but like, just to play the devil's advocate, what about Kirito's mindset when he was in, what was the last place he was at? Oh my gosh, blanking. When he went into a coma and they placed him into that world, he technically didn't know that he was in a world. He was technically born in that world. It wasn't until he gets to the, basically the boss, before he gets zapped and realizes that he's in a world. Yeah, Underworld. I don't know. Just a thought. Just a thought. Ooh, Recreator. That's a good reverse isekai one. Yeah, see, this other list has drifters and everything. Drifters, Recreators. Yeah, I'm not... It even has 18IF. That's an interesting one to talk about. El Hazard. Thank you. Somebody acknowledges El Hazard. Let me search. Is there a series called I Want to Die, Let's See Sekai? What in the world is that? Wow. There's an interesting one. Give the turd emoji. Isekai protagonist tier list. The other one has Escaflowne in it. Oh my gosh, is that the? Oh my gosh, is that what's that show called? He was a mecha geek and he got reborn in another world that had mecha in it. It was actually okay. Carbon, help me. Knights of Magic. Seismic got it. Thank you, Seismic. I thought I had to call on Carbon to do it. Knights of Magic. That was an okay show. I was very much surprised how much I liked it. And I think it's kind of like that little bit of that geekdom that kind of showed its head. Like, hey, I'm a super mecha geek and I'm in your world. I'm going to design a four-legged mecha. And everybody's like, what? Four-legged mecha? That's a brilliant idea. Alright, so he's okay. I think there's another one that just is not going to have many characters in it. Why is Tenchi in here? Or is that... It's not El Hazard, is it? Is it El Hazard? Good point, Genghis. And well, technically, Escaflowne, at some point, she was able to return. So, I don't know. No, that's not Elhazar. That's gotta be Tenchi. Yeah, kimono mask. I've seen that too. Monga's pretty solid. I really like his character. I have a lot of fun with him. He's alright. I need to get more into him with the light novel. For now, he's pretty meh. He's had some moments, but not really too much. And that's me saying when I really love this series, and I'm really going to get into it eventually. Dude's pretty cool. Dude has some really good moments. Not super developed, but again, he's kind of in that realm of like just a really solid dude in general. Not recognizing this one. Again, going back to my mind's still stuck in husbando mode. Oh my gosh. I gotta stop thinking husbando mode. Just wants to make money for his hobbies, yes. He needs to get with that girl from Shirobako. Remember the one that she was in her interview and she's like, I just need money for anime and stuff. Kiichou, again, I don't really necessarily think he's that great of a character. I think the thing with Kirito is like how much time he's had to really get into something. He's not really that developed, I guess. I don't know. It's not a terrible character though. I think I need more time with him to care too much about him. He goes through some major crap though. Remedy's just a good person. Really like him. I think those are the smartphone character and the Death March characters. Kirito's the best C+ character. Guy from Drifters. I forget who he is. He's alright. I'm not recalling these two. I guess one of these characters is the Wise Man's Grandchild, the Death March, and one is the Smartphone, Death March, and Wise Man. One of those Kirito characters. He was pretty solid. Brilliant. Solid character. Subaru, when I'm not in the waifu mode, I think he's a really solid character. I know that's not a popular opinion. I think some of the crap he's been through would destroy most people. I do find him annoying at times, though. I agree. Tanya's amazing. I think that's the Wise Man Grandchild. No, I think that's the Death March one. One of these is the smartphone, one is the Death March, and one is the... How many of them are named Shiro or Ki? Yeah, probably most of them are Shiro. I love this character. That show broke me at the end, at my young age. I'm guessing this is probably another Death March character. I really liked her. She was adorable. I'm gonna put her in A. One of the very few female protagonists in an isekai show. Which makes me wonder. Oh, you know, this isn't that old because it doesn't have this I've been killing slimes girl in here. This guy goes at the top because he's Kenjo Suda. Show was okay. I really didn't like him. Didn't like this show much. Let's see. This is the Alpharetta guy. Similar to the show, he's kind of grown on me. I'm kind of mixed on him. He's a solid C. We'll leave him in there. Pretty much all these characters are like characters I need to see more of, except for Kirito. We've seen plenty of him. The guy from My Mom is an Isekai with me needs to go in F tier because he's a kind of a jerk. I want to say something a lot more inappropriate. I'm not recognizing him. I guess I can leave him down here. The guy from Kasha's Hero. He was pretty cool. I like him. I recognize this dude, but I can't place it. The way that you guys are responding, I think if I actually make a solid tier list for Isekai, how many of you are not going to understand 95% of the Isekais I would be going over? Like, how many of you actually watch as many of these Isekais as me and Chris does? I think is probably going to be a pretty low number. I mean, if as long as you guys are entertained by me talking about 500 Isekai shows you've never watched. Yeah, this looks like Tenchi Muyo. I don't know why. I guess technically he's been Isekai'd. As long as you find it funny to hear me talk about him, I'd do it. Oh, is he the one from Conception? I didn't really finish it, so that makes sense. I even have the game, too. I think this is Tenchi. I really like Tenchi, but it's technically nostalgia speaking. Let's actually restart my sound here. Obviously S tier. I really like her. Kokomi's great. I didn't really like her as a character. She very felt like a, I don't know, just a very blank character. Pretty much like the male protagonist in an isekai where they have no personality because the girls around them are great. She was kind of the reverse effect. Mine is amazing. That show is absolutely amazing. She's absolutely amazing. She's the only reason I watched that whole show. She's super cute. Really enjoyed her. He's a good boy. He's a real good boy. He's from by the Grace of the Gods. you got Konosuba and ReZero. You got the good ones. You're fine. Now go watch A Sentence of a Bookworm and Mushoku Tensei. That's the only other two that are technically required bacon chips. Unless you tried them, you don't have to worry about it. Top magical girl shows, man. I wonder how many people would be angry about my magical girl list. I feel like I have a very unique magical girl taste. I recognize this dude, and I don't like him. Is this the girl from... Oh, crap. It was the show where they were, like, transporting worlds using a radio signal or something. I think. If that's her, that's way a weird, obscure reference. Or at least a choice, anyways. Prisma Ilya isn't in the list. I wonder what kind of list they got. Oh my gosh. I will admit there's a lot of magical girls I have not watched, and this list is making me very nervous. This list is making me very nervous. Can I see it? Wow. It is very pink. It is very pink. Like, let me think. I really wanted to watch this one. I never got a chance to. There's Sailor Moon. Another Sailor Moon. How many of these are going to be Sailor Moon? There's the reverse gender swaps magical girl, Ori something. A Little Witch Academia, Kill la Kill, Shugo Chara, Sailor Moon, Dokuro-chan. If you want the best magical girl out there besides Cardcrafter Sakura, Tokyo Mew Mew, and Shugo Chara, it's Dokuro-chan. Dokuro-chan is amazing. Let's see. Magical Sight. That's not Magical Girl Sight. That one's, wow, what is it called? It was a dark magical girl. Shoot. Magical Raising Project. Thank you. Seismic saves the day again. Nanaha. Show by Rock is considered a magical girl. I guess the first season's pretty close. Penny and Stocking, didn't watch it. Cardcaptor. Princess Tutu, I haven't watched yet. Cutie Honey, I guess. Madoka Magica, Cardcaptor. Magic Knight Ray Earth. There's Magical Sight. Another Show by Rock listing. Yuki Yuna's a hero. Yeah, I'm not doing too good on this list. I think that is Demon Hunter Yoko. It's all downhill from here. I'm not... Oh, there's Tokyo Mew Mew. Another Witch Academia. Cutie Honey. Prisma Ilya. Gotta be the Twin Tail. Yeah, it looks like they're putting multiple seasons in here for all this stuff. I need to watch The Witch's Flower. What is that one called? This is the... It was a pretty good one. Another Shugo Chara. Come on, Seismic. Which one's this one? It was, I think Silverlink did it. I think that's why I jumped to it, because it was a Silverlink original, I believe. I'm doing a lot better than I thought I would. I mean, there's, yeah, there's Playtest in here, too. We watched that one. Obviously, no Seismic? Come on, Seismic. If it ends up being Silverlink, at least I'll be saved there. It's not looking good. I'm scrolling way too far in Silverlink. I'm not seeing it. I need to rewatch. I need to rewatch Twin Tail. I really love the first episode. It had me laughing so hard. At some point, I just dropped off on it. Maybe it wasn't Silverlink. Shoot. I know it was a magical girl that I watched and Chris dropped it, which was kind of surprising. It wasn't dark. Here, let's do this. I don't think I'm able to just drag it over to image search. No, I'm not. Shoot. There's like 2 listings of Little Bat Academia. I think there are so. Yeah, I'm totally the Sacred Slayer. Thank you. Who was it? Was it Silverlink and I just missed it? It was an okay show. I actually enjoyed it. It was White Fox. I knew it. I was thinking Wolf for some reason. For some reason, my brain was going to Wolf. White Fox makes sense. Yeah, I think I'd be able to do quite a bit of these, but yeah, some of these are just literally magic girls, not magical girls. My gosh, Inari Concon's in the list. What? I don't know. I mean, they technically play with that a little bit, but no, I'm not gonna put Nari Concon as in magical girl category. Yeah, I think other than that, I'm pretty much. Oh, there's even the pretty boy magical girls. Is that Penguin Drum? No, that's not Penguin Drum. Oh, wow. Seismic, help me. I feel so bad yelling for Seismic every 2 seconds. That one was an okay one. It was the one with the... It was like basically PTSD magical girl. It was a magical girl about PTSD, basically. The magical girls have to go, like, fight these monsters, and there's, like, death everywhere around them, and just messes with their minds. It was, like, super dark about it. Tokushusha and Asuka. Yeah, I think her name was Asuka, the main girl. Magical Spec Ops Asuka, that's right. That's the title I was looking for. Do you know off the top of your head, or do you have to look it up? I'm really curious if you actually got that one off the top of your head. They're doing a new Tokyo Mew Mew, and I cannot cheat. I cannot wait for that. There's one that I'm not seeing in the list. Where did anybody see Demon Girl Next Door? Or the Magical Girl Mizugi one? Where's the swimsuit Mizugi one? Swimsuit Magical Girl. Yeah, I think if I had a better screen capturing ability with my setup here, I would probably be able to do that better. So here was my challenge I just gave myself. If I can figure out a magical girl that they do not have in this list, I will feel achieved. And I think I've found 2 of them that are not in this list. One is the Moi Desukara, which is let me figure out the whole title of it. what was it called? Yeah, there's like 3 listings of Madoka. Maho Shoujo Nante Moi Desukara, which is roughly translated as I've had enough of being a magical girl. I do not see that one in the list. Did you see it, Carbon, or are you talking about something else? Oh, you're talking about Madoka. And the other one that I do not see is... I actually totally forgot what I was thinking of. I had 2, but that's one of them. So I feel pretty achieved. So basically, this tier list shows me that I have not watched like 50 or 60 magical girls, which makes me feel inferior, but I'm retaliating by saying that I know 2 that this list doesn't have. So there you go. I showed this list. I think the ones that I know... I'm not going to put 50 million Sailor Moons in here. I kind of put Sailor Moon... Crystal did a lot to help it. Is this Crystal? No, this is the old one. I didn't really much care for the original Sailor Moon. I watched it, a lot of it, but... let's see... This one I didn't really care much for. I got a kick out of it, the initial joke, but it didn't really go beyond that. Obviously, Little Witch Academia is top tier anime of all time. Kill la Kill, I'm not the hugest fan of. It is a very glittery, super glittery list. I loved and hated this show so much. Let's see. Like I said earlier, Dokuro-chan is not really Magical Witch Doku-chan, I think it's what the title is. It's a mess, and it's a lot of nostalgia for me. I watched that with a friend, and we just had way too much fun watching it. I don't know why Show by Rock's in the list, but I really like it. I guess technically the first season is pretty magical girl. Cardcaptor Sakura is technically my all-time favorite classic magical girl. Well, a lot of people were big on Sailor Moon. I was big on that. Same with Shugo Chara. It's a lot of nostalgia for me. Tokyo Mew Mew was big for me as well back in the day. Ray Earth is another one. It's kind of a classic for me. Hey, High Five, how's it going? Madoka Magica. I really love the movies. I hate the TV series. If this is the movies, I would put it probably S tier. The series, I wouldn't. For some reason, the series just dragged it out way too much. Cutie Honey is kind of a classic. I do enjoy it. It's not huge for me though. Magical Girl Sight is... I like what it's doing, but I'm not a fan. It's kind of... It's trying too hard to be dark, I guess. I really love the original Cardcaptor. The new ones are alright. Yeah, try the movies, Carbon. Like I said, I kind of fell away from the Madoka Magica because I really didn't like how long it went along. But the movie did it for me. If this is Demon Hunter Yoko, I really like it. It's another classic for me. This is clear cards. Less. I'm not gonna do multiples of the same thing. Never mind. Let's see. Is that Utena? It is Utena. I think Utena is probably great for its time, but going back and watching it, I wasn't that huge on it. Very, very repetitive. Tokyo Mew Mew, like I said, is another one that I'm just it's nostalgia for me. I probably, if I go back and watch it now, it's probably not that great, but I loved Tokyo Mew Mew back in the day. Twin Tail, like I said, I kind of dropped off of it, but I did enjoy it. It was a goofy concept. I need to watch Princess Tutu. I really do. It was solid. I put it C. Let's see. Anything else? Do you have Shugochara up here? Yeah, I do. The entirety of the Prisma Ilia series, I really love the first season. It kind of drops off for me later, but I still enjoy it, so I'd put it B tier. I don't even know why this is on the list. I guess she's a magical girl, but yeah, that would be top tier. I haven't seen any of the Precure. I keep wanting to because there's like a million of them. Like I said, this one's pretty interesting just because of on the basis of the PTSD magical girl concept. What else? This was not a good show. Oh, Yuki Yuna. I love Yuki Yuna a lot. I've heard a lot of good things about Precure. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just a lot. There's a lot to get through. Very much so a lot to get through. Anything else that I've watched? The Playdays one, I didn't enjoy it very much. It wasn't terrible, but I didn't enjoy it that much. It was goofy. It's basically like an advertisement for Subaru. Dude, literally, Peter, tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow. I think tomorrow is Yuki Yuna. Super hyped. I haven't really watched many of the, what you call it? Blanking on the name. Symphogear, any of that stuff I haven't watched. Yeah, it's a vegetable. Welcome to, or Wish Upon a Playdays is a much better advertisement for Subaru than ReZero. Oh, awesome. So I made a fan then. That's a good thing. Especially since that Blu-ray costs as much as it does. Did you buy the one from Ponycan? Oh, my Ponycan was here. Oh. There. So you know I join you on it. Oh, you had some exchanges there too. Jeez. Well, that's awesome. I'm glad you enjoyed it then. Is Heartcatch the one you're talking about? Is that the one of the precures? Yeah, I also can't wait for Sentai to release the second season of Yuki on a Blu-ray. Fortunately, only able to get the first season. Yeah, I think that's all in this list that is not a sequel that I have watched. I did watch a little bit of is this the Pretty Boy one? Yeah, the Pretty Boy one. I didn't really. It had it had funny moments. Just didn't really last. Yeah, I got Fake Light up here. I got it in B. Oh, wow. What is that? Komogi R or something like that? I seem to remember really liking that one. Not happy about my placement of Fake Light. I'm sorry. Komogi R? Is it Komogi R? Yeah, Nurse Witch Komogi-John. This one is insane. This is the sequel one, obviously, but that's the only one that I've actually watched. I seem to remember it being really funny. Like, if you're looking for a comedy, Magical Girl, it's like pretty much the one that I mentioned earlier, which is the Maho Shoujo Nante. Komugi is solid. And Magical Witch. I think these are all technically down here are all comedies as well, but weren't that great in my opinion. But comedy, subjective, yada yada yada. I think that's it. I think that's all I got from Magical Girls. Nah, they didn't have. I don't see Flip Flappers in there. It's technically pretty Magical Girl as well. A lot of good ones though. That's a pretty fun list right there. I like that. Again, I don't know that I would necessarily, if I was doing a tier list for Magical Girl, I would be putting Little Witch Macadamia, Little Witch Academia, and just a concept of magic girls in general, but it works. What is the full title of that? I'm just not finding it. Oh, there she is. Yep, it's Puni-chan. Magical Witch Puni-chan. Absolutely absurd show. I think, yeah, Media Blasters picked that one up. It's like the most violent and screwed up, funny magical girl. Puni-chan. I think I'll call that for the tier list. At least I got a few ideas for next week for tier lists. Put together an isekai one. Put together a studio one as well. I'm pretty sure there's plenty good studio ones out there anyways, but I think I might still end up putting together my 100 recommended anime list into a list. That'd be a lot of fun too, just a reason to talk about them. Like I said, the main focus of a lot of this stuff is just to have fun and talk about shows. It's an easy way to get around to doing that. And for people to yell at me about my taste. So, yeah, I appreciate you guys dropping in and spending some time with me and chatting it up. Hope you guys enjoyed this round of not isekais. It was an isekai one in there, but tier list to talk about. I'm still debating if I'll be doing a stream tomorrow, just because I got a lot of stuff to do with some yard work. But I'll put a schedule up if I do. But yeah, thanks again for dropping in here. I appreciate you guys, and y'all have a good one.